Hello and good morning and welcome to Virtual Coffee. How are we doing today? I had some tech issues as it happens in these days sometimes. How are we all doing in lockdown? I know that quite a bit of the states in Australia are in lockdown, so you're probably looking for some interesting stuff to do, and hopefully this is going to be giving you a little bit of a caffeine hit for your business. Today, the thing that we're going to be talking about is how to get your email inbox to zero. I want to be able to share with you how we do it at the Growth Hub, and more in particular, how I personally manage my inbox. And I'm going to be the first to admit it, I don't do it alone. And so I'm going to be able to I'm going to share some of the tips that we use and hopefully that you can use in your business as well in this short little virtual coffee. Thank you for joining. So anyone that is with us today, please say hello below in the comments. I'm going to share this now to my personal page as well. I love to hear from people that are listening. Like, how's email management for you? Is it something that, one, you've got a million emails? So number one, put it in the comments below and tag their number. One, you've got a million emails. It's absolutely atrocious. Two, we don't use email at all in our team, or just use it very, very sporadically. That's number two. And number three, I do have some processes in place, but really it's all over the shop as well. So one, two, or three, like to understand who's watching here and the value that we can give here. So the reason why we want to be able to talk about this is because one of the things that I would dare say 90% of business owners or 95% of business owners, they deal with lots of emails unless you have some sort of process and system in place to move away from emails and into some other type of platform. So I'm going to share with you, I guess, to start off with, if you're using email, what are some of the ways that you can manage your emails a lot better? So I'm going to share my page, and this is something that my wonderful EA Wana put together for us. So she's incredible. If you are managing your own emails, this is something that you can put in place fairly quickly, but it will require a little bit of just putting aside an hour to get this in order, and just clear it up. May take you about 2 hours, but the whole idea is to get you back on top of your emails. So we'll talk about emails and email management to start with, and then to some of the strategies that you could potentially use to get away from emails and using other platforms so just to be able to decrease the number of emails that come through. So where are we today? Oh, there's my page. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. So this is our process of email management. And the reason why we want to get on top of email management is that it just allows you to filter through the things that are important and are urgent to respond to. Three things. Things that are important that you need to respond to. There's certain things that you only need to be sort of CC'd on, so the FYI type ones, and then three ones that you need to follow up on. So those are the main things that you should be able to categorize all your emails into. And so let's go here. So if you can see here, there are a few things that we're going to talk about. So create 3 important labels and start important messages. So this is one of the key things that have really helped me with getting through my emails. And I get lots of emails in a day, as I would say most of you do as well, but it is around how do we manage them. So we've created 3 folders for me where it says to reply. So messages only I can respond to, and then to read. So messages that I'm CC'd on, but I don't need to be the one that is responding to it. It's just to be able to keep me informed. And then the ones that are to follow up on, which is like messages I've replied to and needs a response from the recipient that we're waiting on. So if you're doing this by yourself, what you want to do is to put aside each day just a scheduled times that you're going into your emails. So I'd love to find out, like, what sort of email, I was going to say, what is the habit that you have with emails? Are you someone who is constantly, anything that pops up, it goes bing, 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 you're distracted by it? Or two, do you block out specific times for emails? So I used to be one that, it will pop up on my phone and I'll be like, oh, I need to attend to it. I need to attend to it. And I realized how inefficient that was and how distracting that was. So I've started to use, oh, we don't need that one. You don't need that one. Nor do you need that one. Nor do you need that one or that one. Here we go. We're back. So, and also put away all your other tabs. So I started to use a Chrome extension called Inbox Ready. And what Inbox Ready does for me, it blocks out the times that I shouldn't be reading emails. So if I go into my email now, because I've set it up at specific times, I've done it for first thing in the morning, I believe from 8:30 to 9, and then from about 12 to 12:30, and then towards the end of the day, which might be about 5 o'clock, I believe. So it will only show up in those times. Any other time that I go into my inbox, it will just show a blank page. So I can't even read my inbox. And it will just say, if you want to read your inbox, you have to click on this link, and it'll take about 60 seconds for you to refresh before everything comes out. Which makes you rethink whether you need to really look at your inbox at that time or not, which is very helpful, because that 60 seconds, you look at it and you're in your mind, you're thinking, it's going to take 60 seconds. Is that email urgent? Generally, emails aren't super, super urgent. And if they are, people call you or text you, right? So make sure that whoever you're dealing with has an understanding that emails are not immediate modes of communication, right? Emails are not immediate modes of communication. And if you need something urgently, you should be either messaging or calling someone. All right. So having those times blocked out. And when you do, so at the very beginning, you might say at the start of the day that you're responding to emails at that time. And then during the day, it's putting those emails into these buckets, right? Your little buckets, your reply, your read to follow up buckets. Even better if you have an EA or a VA that's doing this for you, because that means that during the day, they can effectively go in at set times as well and be able to categorize the emails on your behalf, again, saving you more time. So while it looks like in my inbox is my immediate main inbox will have hardly anything in there, probably on up to 0. Sometimes I have subscriptions that pop up, but then they get folded, they get filed away pretty quickly. But the main place that I go to is my reply box, because I know that that's the folder that needs my attention, and that I'm the only one that can respond to that. Admittedly, that one is the one that probably tends to build up a little bit, but it also means that I'm addressing critical matters a lot quicker, because it's not being lost in a whole trail of emails. So those, like, set up those three folders. And then this is the part where it does come to your folder structures. When you're going through your setup phase, and again, I said, put away 1 hour, maybe even maximum 2 hours, but an hour, and really think about how you want to be able to categorize the emails that are coming through. So the way that we've done it is that we categorize into clients, partners, subscriptions, and our actual immediate team. And I'll talk about team to start off with, because we actually, as a team, probably only use email about 10% of the time. All other communications are done via Slack. So Slack allows us to talk about things on the fly, but also it just is a quicker way for us to collaborate because it doesn't get caught up in the email flow. Like I said, we use email for matters which don't require an immediate response. The labeling system really is when you've read something that's out of one of your folders and you want to be able to categorize them into either one of these. Setting these up will make your life a whole lot easier. And if you have an EA or a VA that's helping you do this, it's life-changing on its own. So set up your your main labels and your sub labels as well. And have some sort of a filing convention. Say when you, with those 3 folders that you have, ensure that there is a convention there. So if there's stars on them, that you haven't read them, and if you unstar them, those can be folded away, stored away. That's it. That's what I meant to say. Stored away. And I talked a bit about creating a schedule in reading and responding to emails. I remember reading a productivity hack a few years ago, and it was really about scheduling time for emails, not being an absolute slave to emails that pop up at every second. So put aside some time. We've got 3 sessions, like I mentioned, 9, 12, and I think I mentioned about 4:45. But if you need to, use a tool like Inbox Ready to be able to schedule that time for you so that you're less likely to pop into there at random times at 10 in the morning to see what's happening, because it's probably more painful waiting for the 60 seconds to do its thing rather than you be focusing on something else. So schedule that time. And this is one of the key ones. I'm subscribed to subscriptions. I am probably one of the biggest culprits of subscribing to almost everything that gives me a freebie. So that is one of the things that, as things pop up, either for yourself to diligently just unsubscribe from them, unsubscribe and delete, or have your assistant help you with that to say, this is not important for us to be on this mailing list, please unsubscribe. And then you can create filters as well. If there's specific folders that you need from, that there's constantly emails that are going in, and there's particular target words that you're picking up, use those filters. To be honest, like, being able to keep on top of your inbox is absolutely achievable, particularly if you've got someone else to be able to help you as well. And you've got to look at your time management as a business owner. Do you need to be putting the amount of time in emails as you are currently doing, or can someone help you with that? Because what is your time better spent doing? Building your business. So I'd love to hear to you to see if you've implemented these tips. If you'd like a copy of this email management template, would love to be able to send it to you. Type down email in the comments below and let us know how you go with getting on top and wrangling up your inbox. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining us on Virtual Coffee. We will see you next week. Take care and keep safe. Bye-bye.